Hey guys, Taro here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We're on Semoskiy Summer. Playing for today, spawning on the right, we have Guard2707 as the Soviets, who has Soviet Reserve Army, Terror Tactics, and Lend-Lease. You may remember him from his arranged team games with Brosras. And he's about rank mid 40s with Soviets, so pretty highly ranked in the ones as well as the twos. Facing off against him on the left hand side is DonnieChan, Mr. Player Card himself, playing as OKW, and his loadout is Breakthrough, Luftwaffe Ground Forces, and Special Operations. And he is in the mid 30s with OKW, so pretty close match in terms of ranks. We see Guard2707 actually going for one squad of conscripts before his first squad of penals. I don't know if that's an adaptation to this map or what, because going for a squad of conscripts does delay the construction of your first penal squad. But there is the M3 coming in, as you would expect, to try and counter this Kubel. Kubel very good on this map. Conscripts going aggressive extremely early on, going straight for this cutoff. Probably going to lose this. It's hard to say. They've dropped a model already. Fortunately, no, should win that. Looks like the Kubel is getting out of there. Perhaps anticipating the M3 arriving. Oh, it looks like conscripts pulled ahead. Very RNG dependent matchup. The old conscripts have high damage on their rifles but low accuracy, so they can hit just about nothing, or they can just ruin you. Oh, but that's going to be a wipe. Oh, he pushes. No, still gets the kill. Tried to go for the push with the M3, try and allow those conscripts to retreat, but it didn't happen. Bit of late reaction there, honestly, on the retreat. Probably would not have bothered trying to come around to this side. Probably would have just stuck it out on that side. Trying to run around this side. I mean, it's still got 3 windows in that direction, or 2 windows. Well, either way, I still would have just stuck it out with 3 windows. All that time you spent running around there, not damaging. And obviously, this is where the forces were going to come from. You just saw that with your conscripts fighting up there. So you would have had more time before reinforcements arrived if you just stayed on that side. Anyway, here comes the flamer car, as you would expect. Do have a truck, but it has not been placed down yet. Okay, I think I'm back to the same spot. Got another bug splat. Maybe I need to roll back my graphics card drivers. Oh, there we go. Baits him over that mine there with this Kubel. Down goes that scout card. Nice play by DonnieChan getting that mine down there with Kubel as a bait for the M3. Either way, I don't think the M3 could have done too much there. The STGs do quite a lot of damage to the M3. So I think either way, that probably wouldn't have been advised until his M3 is back at full health. But DonnieChan does seem to be in control of this map. Picked up that first blood. He's also had much better fuel control. Incendiary grenade lobbed over. Forces to retreat. Does he have medics yet? No, I was going to say, I'll be surprised if he has managed to squeak medics into his build so far, because maybe, you know, if he didn't have to rebuild this M3, but it means this penal squad's going to be coming back onto the field at quite low health. Not going to be very combat capable, going to probably have to retreat quite quickly into a fight, which is not very desirable, but that's what happens when you lose your M3 scout car, and he still kind of needs this to counter that Kubel, because the Kubel on this map is just so strong. It's just such like so many of these distant points that the Kubel can just drive to so quickly, do incredibly rapid capping, and then get out. However, now, oh yeah, ugh. What was that? What was that from DonnieChan? That was a shocker. He should have left the heavy cover straight away so that the flamethrower wasn't doing bonus damage, and then he would have won that quite easily, I'm pretty sure. Oh man. And then throwing the incendiary grenade? I do not approve of that. So just like that, Guard2707 is back in this game. He's got control of his fuel. I was going to wire that off, eh? Interesting. Oh yeah, he doesn't quite have the munitions for a demo charge. But still, Guard2707 not out of the woods yet. Doesn't have well, hasn't selected the Dishka. This would usually be around the time you start to call one in, but he's a bit strapped for manpower still. He's been bleeding quite a bit from his penals. He's decided to go for healing now instead of the Dishka. Now Dishka would help a lot. So DonnieChan was actually building an ISG, but he cancelled it. Now he's going for the Rakesen. Also got himself a machine gun, the MG34. Lots of strong garrisons in the center of this map. Very good for machine guns, but not so good when there's still the Flamer scout car kicking around. Because the MG34 does take a while to get out of the building. It can take quite a lot of damage in the meantime, and perhaps get chased down by a scout car on retreat as well. And it looks like he's about to lose his Kubel here. Yeah, he's not paying attention. It looks like he's going after the M3 instead. Oh, maybe not. He gets away. Looks like some really shocking luck. None of those penal shots penetrating there at the end. I thought that was going to be dead for sure, because it's kind of facing this direction. I thought, you know, if you tried to retreat, you get caught on the VP flag and then end up going down. Infiltration grenades dodged. But that's fair enough. DonnieChan, I mean, that building doesn't really help him too much in most scenarios. Doesn't really want it there. It's so good for harassing this region as well. Next truck is out. Looks like it wants to set up flak base, probably covering this cutoff. And he's just going to put it up right then and there. There's a Raketen in there, forcing away the M3. Got a machine gun covering this angle. So they should be able to go out without taking any damage. Certainly not going to get destroyed. Oh, unless he comes in and plants a demo charge on it. Is that what he's going to do? He's just trying to burn it out. But I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, I mean, maybe if he tried to put a demo charge there, if he just planted it here, it still would have been out of the arc of the machine gun for quite a while. Might have worked. But the flak base does go up, and it's a pretty good spot for it, covering this cutoff here. Very important to try maintain control of your munitions. Ooh! Squad gets wiped. Their mine on retreat. Guard2707 has been planting a few mines. He had one up here before as well. That's what mines are. I mean, you know, now that they can only kill 2 models, that's what they're best for. Is wiping squads on retreat. They're not completely useless against infantry. Ober's coming in for DonnieChan to replace his lost Fox Grenadiers, but Guard2707 now getting aggressive onto DonnieChan's fuel. DonnieChan at a tough junction right now. Still got about, you know, 60 fuel before he can afford a Panzer IV. Guard2707 could field himself for a light vehicle right now, but doesn't look like he's going to do so. In fact, he's floating quite a lot of manpower here. Is he going to make a howitzer? Still not 8 command points though. Probably should get down a cache on this point here, honestly, a fuel cache, because his fuel income has been pretty terrible this game. But yeah, I mean, it seems likely that Soviet Reserve Army would be the best, right? If he uses a bit of rapid conscription, try to fill out his army a little bit more. Maybe use some of the stored manpower for a howitzer. Definitely has potential to work. And howitzer's pretty safe on this map. You can just plant one, you know, around here somewhere. And DonnieChan, having selected special operations, doesn't have any kind of bombing run to take it out easily, so will very likely survive. Probably one of the only issues is his tech structure is not close enough to the edge to be able to reinforce it from his base. But he could always make a tier 2 because he hasn't made his tier 2 yet. Make it close to the edge and then put his howitzer next to that. Oh, he's going for a sniper. DonnieChan going for another squad of Obers, and this is probably a good map for STG Obers. This is one map where I would be using STG Obers over the LMG. Oh, stem pioneers, okay. Favourable retreat path. I was going to say, if they have to retreat through here, very good chance they're going to get wiped. Kubel finally goes down. Got a bit caught up on the trees there with his pathing. DonnieChan very close to the required amount of fuel for his first tank, though he may just continue to save and go straight for the Command Panther. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Guard2707 going straight into tier 4. I think this is probably the better idea. With his low fuel income, that light vehicle would have come out far too late.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
And the good thing is once you've got all your tech down, T-34 is pretty cheap. You can generally get 2 of them out without too many issues. And sometimes, if it's going a little bit better than it is at the moment, you can get 2 T-34s out. Maybe you're facing off against 1 Panzer IV. Maybe you can get a good push down on the Schwer before the OKW player can get anything else going. And I've won a few games in that very manner this patch. On the back of the T-34 76. Going for the wipe here. Doesn't quite get it. Very, very close though. Oh, but here come the Obers. They're like, heavy cover, we don't give a damn about that. I think they should have chased a little bit further so they're a bit closer during the period when the penguins were crossing the near cover there. They should have probably chased till about here instead of it to here. Then stopped for max accuracy as they crossed the road there, but that's alright. It's nothing too dramatic. Anyway, sniper getting chased down by the SCG Obers. Do have a squad of penals having to dodge the bundle grenade. Also infiltration grenades there I think as well. Yes. Result in the end to that garrison, but it looks like it's perhaps going to be this Ober squad jumping into the garrison. Does he have sweepers? He does, but they're way up here and he doesn't even have them out at the moment.
We have an isolated sector.
But a sneaky capping here with the Raketten. Loses one model, but most likely worth it for a decent period. That fuel being cut off. That being said, you know, Guard2707 has had control of this fuel. Maybe not for long though, getting cut off over here. Snipers are working quite effectively against these Obers. Oh, is he going to lose his Ober squad? Oh, he does indeed. Oh man, that was really bad. And he has gone for the Panzer IV, which is a surprise to me, honestly.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Because here comes T-34, and this is what I was talking about. He's gone for terror tactics, so it does look like he's probably going to go for the howitzer, right? But, you know, the next T-34 is going to come online very, very shortly. It's going to be outnumbered 2-1, the Panzer IV. And it's quite easily for the OKW Panzer IV to lose those 2v1 situations, even with its extremely high armor. Which is why the Panther is generally a safer choice. You know, only costs like 50 or 75 more fuel. But can 2v1. Oh, there goes another squad there. It's MG34 to the demo charge. Oh, but combat engineers go down in return. It's like he was about to place the howitzer down, but cancelled it because Panzer IV was right there. I don't think he has sweepers out up here either. Oh, that was a big hit from the T-34. Oh man. Oh, that is unfortunate. It looks like he's going to lose his stern pioneers now as well. Rebuilt Obers and with the LMG, and there goes his stern pioneers. Oh god. DonnieChan just had a very expensive minute there, losing his Obers, his MG34, and his stern pioneers. He was in a pretty good position, but now he is really in big trouble. Rebuilding stern pioneers now has to do that. Needs the sweepers. Needs the repairs for this bad boy. It is indeed the howitzer. On terror tactics. And it looks like maybe he wanted to go for terror tactics for the bombing run as well. Try and really put down some hurting on these HQs. Because he did have the option of going for reserve army, which may have been a better option if he was low on manpower. You know, you can use rapid conscription to try and like help you conserve manpower to save for the howitzer. But Panzer IV still doing some pretty good damage. 8 kills already. T-34 only at 4. All 4 of them the Stern Pioneer models, I'm pretty sure. There is the howitzer. Where is it? Facing towards the base at the moment. So he's rotating it to the Flak HQ indeed, yes. And opening up on it right now. Another T-34 in production. So DonnieChan really going to have to shadow his Panzer IV with this Raketen, because could quite easily get outmaneuvered by the 2 T-34s. And remember, he's only got 1 squad of Volksgrenadiers left. So his ability to snare these tanks is going to be severely limited. And yeah, that's why he's going for another Volks squad now. Also just a bit more of a meat shield. Testing for a mine there. Good idea. Oh, he was just getting a roasting. Penal's being upgraded with the PTRS. Doesn't want to tech to tier 2 to get anti-tank gun. Instead goes for some PTRS rifles. Looks like he got them on his low vet squad first, which is what you'd want to do. You want to keep your high vet squad as capable at anti-infantry as possible. Looks like he retrieved one of his squad of combat engineers to try and repair this up. And how did that first howitzer barrage go? Bit under quarter health damage done. This range scatter is going to be quite wide, especially firing blind into the fog of war. It's going to be some quite big scatter, but eventually he will chip this down. Oh, there he's actually getting some good hits with this barrage. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. No, it's to half health now. That last barrage did quite a lot of damage. It does have the Stern Pioneers there with their enhanced repair speed, so not in jeopardy of going down, I don't think. Perhaps if this T-34 hadn't taken so much damage, he would have pushed in there with the 2 T-34s taking it out, but I'm sure he's in no hurry. He can just vet the howitzer up, slowly get there. Ooh, looks like the Panzer IV is going to go down here. He goes for the ram! Oh, man! What a terrible time for that to happen just as the Command Panther arrives. Would be really nice for him to have both those tanks on the field. T-34 is going to go down. In return. So he's going to get hit by a sticky satchel here? No. Panther uses its prioritized, well, not prioritized, of course, coordinated fire. T-34 has to back away. Is he going to go straight for the howitzer now? Not quite in range of it. This T-34 is still here. Penal's closing in, threatening to throw the satchel, buying himself a little bit of time. The other Penal's desperately trying to reinforce so they can use their PTRSs against this Panther. Panther going after this howitzer. T-34. What are the guards doing? Guards once again running forward, threatening to throw. Oh, and he uses the propaganda leaflets to force away the obers. And I think that's going to allow the Penals to just defend this howitzer. Also takes a hit there. Weapon health is very, very low. Could go down. And it does! Wow. I think he kind of mucked around there using this squad here to cap instead of once again trying to charge forwards and threaten to throw the satchel. So DonnieChan does get a bit of revenge, and that is very, very costly for Guard2707. 600 manpower.
Fear propaganda can once again be unleashed. Supply sector under attack.
Yeah, gets rid of that T-34. Wants to do that before it can be repaired. He slowly has to backpedal, relying on his machine guns to do quite a lot of damage here. Flak base, a bit over half health.
Only 200 points remain.
Oh, sniper goes down.
Infantry has been killed.
Looks like he was trying to lob off a flare. And it didn't really work. Oh no, that was DonnieChan's flare, okay. Thought maybe the snipers were trying to use their flares there.
Sector has been cut off.
Maybe the animation or something bugged out and then they just died. Oh! Demo charge! Oh no! Yeah, I mean, DonnieChan hasn't been sweeping very effectively this game at all. His sweepers have barely been out.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
His infantry forces are looking quite low. Looks like he's putting down another truck. Let's get those repairs cooking, I imagine. That way his stern pioneers are more free to roam the map, use their sweeping powers. Though, I mean, he could have just gone for another squad of stern pioneers, honestly.
We are losing territory. We have a new Su-85.
Maybe he wants to open up the option of going for the King Tiger. Of course, you can't have the King Tiger and the Command Panther anymore at the same time, so I think that is kind of one less reason to go for the mech truck, since you can't get that combo anymore. Command Panther coming forwards, going after this T-34, activating coordinate fire early. Here comes the Su-85 though in support. T-34 gonna go for the ram perhaps? Panther just doesn't quite get the kill, and now the Su-85 is getting some good hits, and Satchel, oh, he squeaks around, nice use of the blitz. Oh, Su-85 misses that shot. Oh, and bounces that shot. Command Panther just gets away, but that's probably fair, right? T-34 just squeaked away on nothing, Command Panther doing the same. Guard2707 looks like he's floating up the manpower for another howitzer. This time perhaps he needs to get some mines down on the approach. DonnieChan has repaired this back up to full though, so that is not a weak point for him. But look at this map control from Guard2707. More artillery flares from DonnieChan. Wants to scope it out, and it's a very bold move going for the Su-85 here. Can be very hard to use on a map like this. So many shot blockers. I think I personally would have gone for T-34 spam, but
We are losing
Yeah, he's going for the howitzer again. If you're going for T-34 spam, you know, he probably could have had 2 T-34s out now, but wouldn't be able to go for the howitzer, and that's clearly part of his plans, going for this howitzer. Oh, he took a snare. C-35 is on hand. Could this be the end? He doesn't have the munitions. Go for the marked vehicle here, which is going to allow one more hit for the T-34-76. Where are those penals? Still in the building. Looks like Panther misses. And everything's going to back away for repairs once again. Command Panther hitting Vet 2. That's where it gets its armor and health. So it makes it much, much harder to kill. 305 must be close to Vet 2. No, not quite yet. Is this oh, that must be a bug. It's not showing the proper Vet 2 bonuses. I have to let them know that.
Engineers ready for assignment. The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Obviously, general wants this. No, I think it's like plus. Yeah, plus penetration. Filtration grenades. I mean, there's only 2 of them. And DonnieChan saying, have fun repairing. Of course, the Eastern Front armies have much worse repair speeds, but luckily he does have one squad of pioneers highly vetted, which is they gain their repair speed bonus. I think that's like a plus almost 60% bonus if they get a Vet 2. Very important to get your pioneers and combat engineers up to Vet 2. Panzer IV coming in for DonnieChan. Going to be facing off against 2 T-34s and that Su-85. Oh, secure mode! Look at that. I feel like these days the T-34 is the new T-70. Similar anti-infantry capabilities to the old T-70. Still using it for secure mode. Kind of spamming it out. Similar cost, I mean, you know, 80 fuel, 70 fuel. Filtration grenades. Now the end of that building. Okay, so it's going to come down to perhaps mines. Perhaps how they maneuver their vehicles, because DonnieChan does have a big frontal armor advantage. So engaging frontally is obviously a big advantage to him. Oh! He's dropping the bombing run on the tech structure. Not going to kill it, I don't think. Oh, it does kill it! So it's going to be alive on a tiny bit of health still. No more tanks for DonnieChan. Apart from Command Panther if he loses that, or the King Tiger if he loses his Command Panther. Oh, and he's got his rear armor exposed to the Su-85. Sticky Satchel? No, doesn't do it. Lost one penal squad as well. Could be about to lose another one. Look at those obers just shredding. Oh, 2 penals down. Massive blow there. Oh, but the howitzer fire coming in now. Not quite getting the damage done. And oh, Command Panther, whoopsie daisy, could be about to go down. Runs over the mine, and there it goes. Goes down to the T-34. Panzer IV charging in. I don't think this is a good idea. Getting blocked now by the T-34. Oh man, he's about to lose this as well. Oh man. Yep, there it goes. Some horrible tank maneuvering there by DonnieChan, going way too aggressive. Running over mines once again, just terrible minesweeping from DonnieChan all game. I suppose that... No, there was that mine that just got planted. I don't know when that one was planted. But either way, shouldn't be getting that aggressive. Shouldn't be exposing his rear armor. You know, once he took out those 2 penal squads, that was his chance to just... oh, big hit there. Ober's down. T-34 just chasing all the way to base. He does not give a damn. Oh, and there go the Obers. 2 squads Obers down. He's got to get out of there now. No, he gets a crush there. Looks like this is about to get snared. Oh, but he takes down another squad. Oh, Raketin has now retreated. Took a long time. I don't know where this thing was. Probably going to get the T-34 in revenge, but that was 2 squads of Obers and Vet 5 Volksgrenadiers. I'd take that trade any day of the week. More secure mode action. Look at the difference in supply. 62 to 28. Looks like he's going after the mech truck now. DonnieChan, having just filled himself the Panzer IV, now quite a far amount of fuel away from his next tank. Looking pretty grim for him. He's got a lot of manpower though. It should probably get some more Volksgrenadiers. Here he goes now. Oh, he's putting a demo charge down under friendly howitzer fire. Maybe he's going to try to use that demo charge trick and hope that a howitzer round lands on this, detonating it, causing it to do the bonus damage. Superhunters, no, finally pop out their sweeper. Is he going to try to defuse it? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he wants to though.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Anyway, Guard2707 quite low on VPs during all this. So DonnieChan does have some time to claw his way back into this game. He's got the VP lead by quite a comfortable margin. He's trying to detonate it with his howitzer. Go for that bonus damage. Should probably almost kill it. Yeah, there we go. Very close to death. 1 or 2 more howitzer shells will seal the end of that. There goes the Raketin. No, gets away. No, there it goes. And there goes the mech truck as well. He's trying to salvage it. What is he up to? Oh man. Under howitzer fire. Oh, and he steals the Raketin. G34 sitting up, perhaps going to be able to wipe out on retreat. No, firing at the wrong squad. One more burst. Nah, just SMG34. What was I thinking? He really needed to target it over here though, when it was a bit closer to him in range. Might have even be able to get 2 more bursts off if he changed targets earlier, but that's alright. But losing this Raketin, that was not alright. He really needed double Raketins to deal with all these T-34s, which continue to flood in. Pretty much replacing infantry for Guard2707, and that all you need is repairs and T-34s, so you can just use the secure mode for capping, as we've seen. Looks like he's about to lose his machine gun now as well. Where's this? That was in the center. Yeah, it loses his machine gun. T-34s continue to tear it up here.
We have a new T-34. Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Guard2707 probably just needs to make 1 more squad of combat engineers for repairs, and then he's He did lose his Vet 3 Flame Engineers though. So he kind of does need a lot of combat engineers now. Yeah, he forces their retreat instantly onto the secure mode. This T-34 going for a bit more manpower bleed on the retreat. Oh, the crush! And now he's oh, I thought he's stuck there. If you vault this fence, you can get stuck here. You can't retreat. Oh, big sneeze. Excuse me. Oh man, quite cold here. It is winter in New Zealand. I'm not sick at the moment though. Howitzer firing, coming in, targeting the Raketans, I imagine, and he gets one at the second blow. This howitzer starting to make howitzers look good. Oh my god, gets a mine, gets another 2 models. Could be about to lose his penals here. Oh, but he's going to get a demo charge off. And it's going to save his penals, significantly lowering the DPS of those terms. Did the Raketan? Okay, no, he recrewed the Raketan retreated. I thought the weapon might have got destroyed there. He just keeps getting forced to retreat here, but he's very close to his next command panther. Oh man, that was a bad time to lose his Raketan. He's going to rebuild his Raketan instead of just going straight for the Command Panther. Could call his Command Panther now if he cancels it. He's going to stick it out. Okay. Imagine if he just called it in now. Just like, boom, come in here. Get this snared low health T-34. But not going to happen. Let's lose this MG34 now to these double T-34s. So now he's got 3 Raketans. Luckily Guard2707's infantry force is not that strong, so not really in that much trouble. Oh, but maybe if it's crewed with penals. This is basically a combat squad. See, he's getting steamrolled by this anti-tank gun because it's being crewed by penals.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Gets out of there. Oh man, Raketan just more the howitzer monster hit. Got 15 kills now. Oh, everything is dying right now. Everything just got killed. And he surrenders. Well, Guard2707 got off to a slow start. Did play a very conservative manpower game, trying to save for that howitzer. Losing this howitzer was a big blow. Almost lost him the game, but then DonnieChan, he got back to close to even. Then DonnieChan, after wiping 2 penal squads, like, oh, I'm just going to go brain dead, just charge right in here, runs over a mine, loses both his tanks. Basically threw the match right there. And yeah, it was nice to see some howitzer play though, and the bombing run did come in handy as well. I was surprised, I forgot how much damage it did to HQs. I thought it did a little bit less, but there you go. Kind of reminds me of the old days of the howitzer where you just put one of these and it would just kill OKW trucks straight away. Anyway guys, I'll wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.